Hello everyone, this is Powell Ponder on Weather. In this update, we're going to be talking about an early look for Thanksgiving week as I think it turns very cold in the extended range. So if you're new to the channel, click the subscribe button and notification bell to get all my daily updates to keep you ahead of the storm. Good afternoon everyone, this is your Friday, November the 12th update, and what we're looking at here is the overall jet stream for today. And you can see the dip in the midsection of the country that brought all the heavy snowfall and the massive winds in the Dakotas yesterday, and even today with some very heavy snow and blowing and drifting snow. But that dip in the jet goes all the way down into Oklahoma and even to portions of Texas, where they do actually have some freeze watches in place for portions of Oklahoma now. But it extends all the way up in kind of like a horseshoe. And then along the coast here, they're going to be dealing with some marginal severe storms today off the eastern seaboard. So if we take a look at the overall hazard map for today, look at all the blues starting to show up over Oklahoma. That's your freeze watches in place for much of central Oklahoma. Where they did actually confirm 4 tornadoes the other night in the state of Oklahoma, but now they're dealing with those freezing conditions of 28 to 32 degrees for tonight for a good chunk of central Oklahoma as well as eastern Oklahoma. And then we also have another pocket freeze watches in place for Alabama here as well as Georgia. So they're going to be dealing with some freezing conditions for the southeast as they're still dealing with that heavy snow and that drifting snow and even some blizzard conditions at times in parts of South Dakota. And all the heavier rain just continues for the Pacific Northwest with another day of just inundated, a lot of heavy rain along the coast here. So let's take a look at some of the temperatures as that reinforcing shot of cold air comes in tonight. The temperatures drop like a rock, all these widespread 20s in the central part of the U.S., and that dips all the way down into Kansas, into Oklahoma, into Arkansas. That's why they've got those freeze watches and warnings in place. And even into Texas, no official freeze, but you're still going to be dealing with some frost in a lot of places in North Texas and even the parts of Central Texas. So definitely be covering the plants and even the panhandle of Texas here. And almost near freezing into New Mexico and definitely freezing into Colorado. But that cold air will just continue to press. But let's take a look at the teleconnections, because what we're going to be looking at forward, I had a lot of requests as, hey, you know, what are your early thoughts on Thanksgiving? Because I know it's going to be a big week. And I do feel we turned pretty cold for Thanksgiving. So if we look at the teleconnections right now, this is November the 12th. You can see this little bit of dip in the NAO, which is your North American oscillation, as well as the AO. That's why we're dipping down a little bit colder today, and we're seeing that freezing line drift a little bit further south. But we do have a little bit of a reprieve, but you can definitely see by the time we get into that 19th and especially that 21st time frame, the start of Thanksgiving week, the NAO as well as the AO both solidly turn negative for the entire week. And I do think we'll be getting progressively colder heading towards Thanksgiving. And once we hit Thanksgiving week, I think then the bottom really starts to drop out and we see our coldest temperatures of the season. And it could turn very cold in some areas that we'll talk about here. So let's take a look at what's going to happen, you know, kind of leading up to that. So let's, as this moves through, we'll be drying out. So a lot of these areas are under the freeze watches and warnings. There's not any precipitation with that, just crystal clear skies, but you'll drop like a rock. And then out ahead of it, you can see kind of the blue lines with this kind of like cross polar flow on the backside here with the kind of rings out the precipitation. Some of that will form in the form of snow up here in the portions of getting into Michigan, into Indiana, as well as portions of West Virginia and upstate New York as that continues to push across. And as that flow just wraps around and pulls in some of that moisture, it'll start to amplify and deepen a little bit as we get into the day on Sunday. So now we're talking a little bit heavier snow starting to fall down into Wisconsin and much of Michigan here with these darker blues starting to show up. That's your lake effect. These lakes are still pretty warm for November, you know, for November. So a lot of the winds as this kind of wraps around, a lot of this is going to be able to pick up some of those warmer waters and dump it along the shoreline here. So some of these totals could add up pretty good along the lakes here, and this will be extending the snow into Ohio and then portions of upstate New York. And then as we get into Monday timeframe, that same flow just continues to wrap around, still adding to some of those lake effect induced snowfall areas right along the lakes there. And as we extend it into Tuesday, it starts to wind down. So we've got about another 3 or 4 days of just sporadic snow showers at times. And then when you're along the lake regions, I do feel you're going to be picking up some of those heavier totals just being induced by the lake. But everywhere else, you do start to rebound with those teleconnections lifting further back up north, being positive in this 16th time frame. But over the next 4 or 5 days, this is where your snow is going to fly. And so some of these totals over the 3 to 5 day period could add up to a good 2 to 4 inch swath into portions of central and upper Minnesota, as well as Wisconsin here, northern portions of Indiana and in Illinois, Indiana, and then as well as Michigan here, and then all the way through the northern portions of Ohio Valley, upstate New York, and get into portions of Pennsylvania here, in Vermont, New Hampshire. And where you see these little pink areas, that is your lake enhanced induced snow. So as it comes off the lakes, yes, you could be picking up some higher amounts of a good probably 8 to 10 inches in spots. And again, this is over a 3 to 5 day period all the way through Wednesday, November the 17th. So as we come out of that, let's take a look at some of the anomalies going forward. We had a lot of heavy snow yesterday in Anchorage, Alaska. The snow was really piling up. Some places got a foot, even up to 18 inches of yesterday. That snowpack is really starting to build up in Alaska. So by the time we get into that Thursday, November 18th timeframe, we still see those colder anomalies still dominant over Alaska, and they start to press. And so as they start to press, the first batch of the colder air next week is not really the Arctic air, but still a reinforcing shot of some of these areas that you're feeling the cold now will start feeling the cold again after you warm up, start to filter in next week by the time we get into the 18th, with those 5 to 10 degrees and upwards to almost 15 degrees below average anomalies by then. But as we extend it into the 20th time frame, November the 20th, yes, there's your bullseye over the southeast, predominantly where you're going to be experiencing the much more below average temperature anomalies and less likely to warm up for an extended period of time. Those below average anomalies will be locked over your area by the time we get into the 20th time frame, again for much of the deep south and much of the southeast. As we start to turn to the north of this beginning stages of this cross polar flow starting to set up, with these very colder anomalies starting to press from the Pacific Northwest and much of Alaska here. So as this system will come across, this actually kind of rides up the coast, and it's definitely going to be cold enough where so some of the areas that are experiencing the snowfall now, it will come back again. I think these amounts will be even a little bit heavier by then, with a lot more cold air to work with. So a lot of this will form in the form of snow versus more rain. But by the time we get in that 21st time frame, yeah, much of upstate New York should be inundated with a pretty good snowfall by then. And yes, portions of, say, Pittsburgh, upstate Pennsylvania, I think still along the coast, it's still going to be warm enough where it's going to be just all rain. But up along the northern branch here into Vermont, New Hampshire, going into Maine, all these areas will be under snow, if not heavier snows by then. But as we get into that 21st, 22nd time frame, kind of the start of Thanksgiving week, we can definitely see those colder anomalies, especially in the higher elevations of that 5,000 foot level. Yeah, we start to see a lot of the purples show up. That is some deep Arctic air really starting to build up in the Arctic, and that's when the teleconnections of the AO and the NAO both congruently turn negative. So I do feel that'll be the beginning stages of some Arctic air pressing southward into the United States, and it's going to be a step down process as we get into deeper into Thanksgiving week. But I do feel it's going to set up what they call a cross-polar flow within the United States. And we'll show you kind of the boundary of where that's going to be elongating and where I think the coldest anomalies are going to be setting up for your Thanksgiving week. So as we go into, yes, that 20-second time frame, and now this is at the surface. So these are surface anomalies already kind of showing up in Canada and portions of the Dakotas here. We're talking 25, 30, almost 35 degrees below average temperature anomalies. That is deep Arctic air really starting to build in. And I do feel that's going to start pressing southward and get deeper as we get deeper into Thanksgiving week, because this is Monday, November the 22nd, and you can see some of the purples well to the north. But that transfers to just a lot of the green areas at still 10 to 15 degrees below average. That's some cold stuff as your overall average temperatures continue to press southward. And that colder air will get all the way down into Texas, all the way down into the deep south and the southeast, as well as the Ohio Valley. So if we take a look at some of the feels like temperatures by the time we start your Thanksgiving week, November the 21st, yeah, all this area right here is below average feels like temperatures in Canada and North Dakota, as these colder temperatures will start to press further south, so single digits in much of Minnesota, Iowa, getting into South Dakota and Nebraska, as those colder feels like temperatures will really start pressing. So this is just the start of the Arctic air. By the time we get into that November 21st, this is the start of Thanksgiving week. So, and that extends all the way through the 28th of the month. So let's take a look at the overall snowfall for the next 10 days. So you have that snowstorm right now over that 5-day period, but you have a second one that comes in, and this is adding the one on the 21st. So some of these totals could be pretty big, especially where it's lake enhanced induced right around with these pink shaded areas. These could add up to over a foot, over the next, 7 to 10 day time frame. But there's your snow swath, where I think most of the snow is going to fall over the next 10 days. So as we extend the view and look at the precipitation, again, that Pacific Northwest continues with the atmospheric river. I don't think that dies down anytime soon. The southern branch remains dry as we've seen. And then that system will come across with these cross-polar flow, the beginning stages of it, and the rain. This is the rain from now between the 22nd. So this really doesn't pick up on the Arctic air really as of yet for the deep south. And most of this would be forming in the form of rain. And I showed you the snow where that's going to be falling over the next 10 days. But now we have to take a look at the EPS guidance, which is your ensemble member guidance. This is kind of all the members of the European model. European model only goes out at, a 10-day time frame. Yeah, the GFS goes out 16 days, but this gives you an idea of where the coldest anomalies are going to be predominantly as we get into that 23rd time frame, because I do feel the cross-polar flow will be setting up shop over portions of Alaska, go through central Canada, and then finger link down into portions of clipping, say New Mexico, getting down into Texas. But mainly this is going to be your the coldest anomaly temperatures as we go into your Thanksgiving week right here, with the warmth out and basically off the West Coast and the western part of the US. But the colder anomalies setting up shop over the central and eastern 2/3 of the United States. And as those teleconnections continue to rapidly deepen, or on the AO and the NAO, and that will pull down that colder air and filter it all the way down into the deep south. So some of these, I am expecting a cold week in Thanksgiving and a very kind of active week, so with some active storm tracks by then. But if we extend it through your Thanksgiving day, it still pulls that colder air down. So I do feel this is going to be an elongation of colder air, something we haven't seen as of yet. We see these 1, 2, 3 day cool downs, but this pretty much I think is going to be what this for the majority of the week, as that colder air will continue to drain and press further south with that northern cross polar flow. And as we get into that 27th time frame, again, the coldest anomalies will be right in the same spot. So I do feel this is where your colder anomalies are going to be if you have a lot of Thanksgiving travel plans, and where you kind of your active storm tracks are going to be, or where probably the snow would be able to fly into the central and eastern 2/3 of the United States. So hey, I appreciate you guys watching. That was an early look for your Thanksgiving week, so I appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, definitely leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to catch the latest update where I protect you before and after the storm.